Alright guys, it is 13 degrees out here, so I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I know it's been a while since I made a video and I apologize. And trust me, I feel the same way, guys. At the end of the night, I open my YouTube and I wait for the guys who I subscribe to post new videos, and when they don't, this sort of bums me out. So I understand, I really do. It's what brought me out here tonight. Again, there's not much for me to talk about really, but I figure anything's better than nothing. A quick video of the birds, maybe a little bit of commentary goes a long way. Trust me, I'm in the same boat, guys. At the end of the day, I just want to turn my YouTube on, see what my guys are doing, see how they're doing, how their birds are doing. So I understand. Again, not much to talk about. We've had kind of an up and down year for breeding, at least the first round. The weather has not been favorable. I've had some life-changing issues at the house. So I've been away from the birds for about 3 weeks. 2 weeks physically, and then 3 weeks I say mentally. I've been just off the birds. I basically had my younger brother come feed and water. I've been in and out of the hospitals and stuff. We're all good. Again, just family issues we're kind of dealing with now, so that's all right. But needless to say, I could not give the birds what they needed in terms of the time, to make sure that everything's going all right. And we lost quite a few eggs. I think in here we have three pair of birds on babies. Everything else didn't make it. I lost one youngster, and the rest I just throw away eggs. Either they'd get to the point where they'd stop laying on them, which was really strange. I have not had any broken eggs. I have not had any frozen eggs, but I have had eggs due to hatch, and for some odd reason the birds stopped sitting on them. I've had a couple pair, mainly those two center pairs there. Again, the birds were due to hatch within the next couple of days, and they simply just stopped sitting on the eggs. I've had to move that pair in the corner to the top box. That's the one pair that didn't give me a single egg, and I couldn't understand why. Well, one day I sat in here for a few extra minutes, and I realized that 211, that little red grizzle hen, for some odd reason just does not like the hen that was in the bottom box. She would chase her from perch to perch, let alone the box. One day I did come in here and I found an egg inside the grates, and the only pair that was not on eggs was that pair in the bottom corner, so I figured there was an issue there. So I ended up trimming her flight feathers so she can't really get much higher than her box. She can still make it to the aviary via the box, so she'll jump into her box and then jump into the aviary, but she can't bother the hen on top, because she literally would chase her into that top box and run her out. I don't understand. I've never had hens so aggressive towards each other. I don't know what brings that on. But needless to say, I'm hoping now that I'll get something out of them, because we're already at the end of January and I don't have anything off of them. And honestly, guys, I don't have anything off a lot of these birds yet. Still plenty of time in the season to breed youngsters. I've kind of told myself I'm gonna give each bird a chance to give me 6 babies each. I'm gonna dedicate 6 bands to every pair, and at the end of the season, the pair with the most bands left over, I'm gonna reevaluate and see exactly what's going on. With that being said, guys, make sure you keep good records, because you never know what could or can happen. And you know what? At the end of the year, 9 months from now, 10 months from now, you'll forget, and you'll deem a pair bad, when in reality it may have been your fault, or whatever the case may have been. Just keep good records. I know I've talked about that in the past. The babies that I do have are coming along real nice. I ended up breeding quite a few reds this year, even though if you look around and everything's pretty much blue. Almost every nest has a red youngster in it, and I sort of planned it that way. I didn't mate a single red to red pairing. I moved the birds around. I try to mate them up good to good. So if I had a good pair that were not both red, then that's just how it ended up being. I think a big mistake is when guys, we'll get a red cockbird and immediately try to look around for a red hen. Good to good, guys. I mean, you should always think of it that way. Not color to color, but good to good. So see, I was sort of hoping they'd have eggs, but it looks like they're mating again. So it has been a bit frustrating, I won't lie to you guys. I mean, we all expect a good first round. We all expect everything to go like clockwork. And you see, you put a lot of effort into the birds and into the setup, and it doesn't quite work out. Now, with that being said, the hen's loft is the exact opposite. I think everything but one pair in there is on babies right now. Everything's just it worked out beautifully. I don't know what the difference is. Honestly, I don't know why everything worked out so well. Maybe, again, maybe I put the effort or the energy in these birds, and that's why I'm having the issues. But needless to say, they're all on eggs again. All the eggs are fertile. So we're waiting. Can we really call this the second round? Probably. The first round was a total loss. I think I have 16 babies out of 20 pairs, so that's less than one youngster per pair, which sucks. Sucks for a first round, but you know what? We only need one good one, so I'm not too bummed out. Again, a lot of these birds I would have lost either in training or the races anyway, and I've gotten to that point in my racing pigeon career to be able to feel that way, not to get too attached to one specific bird, one specific pair of babies or anything like that, because the odds of them being supers are so slim. I'm just not even worried about it anymore. What they breed, they breed. Again, I keep good notes, or I should say I try to keep the best notes I can, so that 10 months from now I can look back and say, okay, this is what actually happened. They weren't necessarily a bad pair, but this is what happened. As for Raven, him here drinking on the water, his flights are growing back so he can get around easy. That's his second set of eggs, one egg again, and it's no good. So not a surprise there, guys. Like I said, we've tried everything with this bird. The previous method did work. I won't disagree with that. It did work. I just can't reproduce it, and at this point it's just game over. I mean, I guess you go through the stages, whatever the stages may be when it comes to the birds, but you go through stages, and I think I'm at that point now where I'm done with it. I really am. It's time to move on. I'm gonna miss him a lot. I always remember him as my first race winner. He's the one that sort of put me on the map. But it is what it is. I have to move on. I can't keep holding the bird back. This is year number 40. He won't give me a single freaking youngster. It's ridiculous. At this point, I'm just more upset than anything else. It's freaking ridiculous. I don't know what his issue is. Obviously, he's not infertile. You can fill an egg. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's hereditary. I have no idea. I'm gonna move him on. A buddy of mine's going to take him for a little while. He thinks he can, work his magic, and I hope he does. I hope he works his magic and sends me a box of Raven babies. I'd love if that would happen, but it is what it is. There he is, little jackass. Such a gorgeous looking bird, but what are you going to do, guys? You can't hang on to him forever. Well, let's take you guys along over to the hen's coop. Let's look at that. I'm not going to dip too deep into the nests. Again, it's 13 degrees out. I don't want to disturb any of the babies. I don't want to keep the parents off the babies too long. I'm just feeding right now. This is my second round. I feed in the morning and then again in the afternoon, just to make sure that they're all being fed well, and they are all growing well. All right, gingerbread man. So slowly make our way in here because, of course, I'm the devil. Y'all got to run away from me. Not the same guy that feeds you guys every single freaking day. No, I'm the devil. All right, let me take a quick peek inside. So we're coming along pretty darn well. Look at those youngsters. Man, those droppings, I've been feeding pellets. And, oh, man, the droppings are horrible in some of these nests. And I do attribute that a lot to the pellet. Unfortunately, it is what it is. This youngster here, I had to move over. It was half the size of the first youngster, or the first youngster, so I moved him around, and she's growing real nice. I got a couple babies in here. I got eggs down here from 44. There's Gingerbread Man and his youngsters. By far, my favorite youngsters of the year are Gingerbread Man's. And guys know I'm a sucker for a red. And look at these beauties. Just the way I like them. Dark reds, red tips on the flights. Just a gorgeous pair of babies. One looks like it's going to be a little bit splashed, maybe some white flight. Yeah, I think it's going to be white flight on that one. But just a gorgeous pair of babies. I bred good youngsters from Gingerbread Man since I've got him. He, of course, was a co-winner with Raven. They both came down on that 300, so I consider them both winners. Raven just having a walk-in first. And every year he's bred well. I know I talked about this before, but a youngster off of Gingerbread Man I sent over to Mark at Red Star, and a youngster off of that bird in his first year won him the 200. Solo bird came in minutes ahead of the second bird, the second group of birds. So, I mean, he's bred very well. I'm super happy with the youngsters. Easy, buddy, easy. I keep him locked up, give him a little bit of privacy, but I think that makes him a bit skittish too. But like I said, I got quite a few youngsters in here. and almost every nest has got a red youngster or two. So I'm kind of excited about that. You know, I'm a sucker for a red, guys. So we'll see how she goes. Like I said, nothing more to talk about really. I figured make a quick one. Anything's better than nothing. Hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you on the next one, probably when I wean. I still haven't had the chance to go in there and clean everything out. Like I said, I've been gone for a little while. Physically gone, mentally out of the picture really. So I'm trying to catch back up. I'm trying to get motivated again. Seeing the birds on their second round of eggs is definitely motivating. I want to do it right with them, but I definitely have to clean the sections out. Get everything ready to wean. I still haven't put my settling cage up, so I may do that this weekend because I think within the next 10 days or so I'll be weaning youngsters. So, you know, take the next step. It is what it is, guys. We kind of goes in stages. First you breed, then you wean, then you settle, and then you train and race, and then you start it all over again. All right, guys. We'll talk to you on the next one.